I'm gonna piss some people off real quick. Most guys trying to be alpha are actually acting. They're loud because they're unsure. They posture because they don't feel solid. They copy traits because they don't trust themselves. That's not alpha. That's performance anxiety with a beard. Today, we're talking about how to be an alpha male without being fake. No dominance theater, no borrowed confidence, or Andrew Tate karaoke. Alphas isn't something you do, or I should say alpha behavior isn't something you do. It's something people feel it when you stop trying. You are listening to the Masculine Mindset Show, a podcast for men to develop a backbone, a masculine purpose, if you will, and get more physically attractive, and even become more mentally healthy. All you men listening, I turn nice introverts into fit, self-entitled savages, if you will. And you might even become a little cocky as a result of your G status. More importantly, you guys, I also show you how to flirt and date more women and seal the deal. Just look at the show notes. They are all on my blog articles. Let's get into the content. Before we start this episode, you guys, just do me a favor, leave me that 5-star review. I love all of you, okay? I really do. A lot of you think, oh, Adam, you're so harsh on some of your podcasts. Yeah, I can be harsh, but here's the thing. I still love all of you, genuinely. So, pat yourselves on the back, you're a legend. Now, I want all of you to know something right now. I have a trainerized program called Alpha Body Boot Camp. Now, I'm not really going to put that in the show notes today, okay? I'll put my first dating ebook, Become the Alpha Woman Wants, in the show notes, okay? But I should say it's more of a book on inner game, okay? 3 bonus ceremonies. The first one, the approach that makes her open. The second one, crown of charisma. And third one, high status growth mindset. Because let's face it, alpha males are higher status, okay? Now, let's get rolling on the content, you guys. Now, just remember, leave me that 5-star review. Let's go. Alright, you guys, I want to let all of you know right now, a lot of people have bad advice on this. They think, oh, you should own all of the real estate properties, or you should be the richest guy ever. And here's what I say about that. Being alpha isn't about, possessing all the money in the world, okay? I'm going to tell you guys something. Money and status is a false status signal. I should say that one more time. Money is not status, okay? Money is a false status signal, said by David Buss, Dr. David Buss. That's true, okay? Listen, I want you to hear me on that. Dr. David Buss says this: money and status are 2 separate qualities. Do you hear me on that? Good, okay? He's the author of Evolution of Desire. He did podcasts with Jordan Peterson, all right? This is completely true, you guys. Just want to say that one more time so you really can hear me out on that, all right? Money is not a status signal, okay? It shows ambition. It points to ambition. That's what money is. But anyways, let's start, okay? So, this is part 1. My most alpha advice is bullshit. Now, fake alphas are externally referenced. Real alphas are internally governed. Okay? The whole point, you guys, is this. I don't like most alpha male advice. I think it's fucking stupid. Okay? Most dating coaches, they think, oh, is this alpha or is this beta? This is alpha if you be rude to her. This is beta if you're simping over her favors. Look, I agree, don't comply to favors. But the thing is, you guys, when you fall into that stupid advice, though, too much, you're going to start thinking being alpha is being a fucking asshole. Okay, so that's, you gotta not think that. Okay, that's not the case. Realize that an asshole is not an alpha male. Okay, assholes do get girls, but here's the thing. They don't stay with them. Here's a point, you guys. Assholes, they will get short-term flings, sure, but guess what? That doesn't last. I had my phase of that too. And here's what happened, you guys. I nixed them like crazy, and I was like, this girl doesn't satisfy me, fuck her, kind of thing. Like, look, here's the point, you guys. I want you to understand this right now. Don't be an asshole, okay? I have a podcast called 10 Reasons Why Women Are Attracted to Polarizing Assholes, but here's the thing. Polarization is attractive, yes, but being a straight up fucking dick is not cool. So if you want to be a dick, go for it. Okay, actually, I should say this right now. Here's a real point, you guys. Dicks get girls, sure, but how about this? They break up with them, they divorce them, and then you're fucked. So have fun buying into that advice. Now, alpha male advice. This is why I don't like alpha male advice, okay? First point. They're saying like, oh, stand like this, talk like this, say this line, say this one line and she'll throw her panties off. Like, come on, are you kidding me? That's bullshit. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen one bit, okay? Guys, listen to me. Seduction is a slow process. You need to be patient, okay? Girls are not, like, going to be, oh my god, I'm so turned on right now by saying this one line. That's unrealistic. I hate advice like that. Say this one line. No. You guys get this right now? Do you understand this? I may have a podcast on one-liners, but the whole point aside is there's a point in time to use one-liners, okay? There's another point in time where you need to be real with the girl you're talking to. Okay, being an alpha male is right here. Be congruent. I'll talk about congruence here in a second. But, anyways, just remember, don't do short-term bullshit like being an asshole. Okay, if you want to be an asshole, sure. Guess what? Girls will either A, really hate you, or B, they'll not want to sleep with you, or C, they will sleep with you, but then they'll have buyer's remorse and be like, oh, this guy just left me. Then you just left her hurt. Nice job there, bro. Nice job. Now, anyways, if you have to try to act alpha, you're already outsourcing authority. I want to say that one more time. If you have to try to be alpha, you are already outsourcing authority. Guys, listen to me. Authority is important, but you should never have to try to be an alpha, okay? Now, fake alpha asks, how do I look dominant? Real alpha asks, am I congruent with myself right now? Yeah, again, congruence, you guys. Alpha males are congruent. Their words and their actions are aligned, okay? Assholes, they don't stay congruent. They might be attractive for like a short-term thing, but then, guys, do you really want short-term shit? In the long haul, people want long-term, like, relationships. But anyways, the loud guy at the bar versus the quiet guy. Everyone checks before deciding, right? This is the example here. The loud guy at the bar is going to be a little bit overboard. That does look alpha on the outside, but deep down he probably has an insecurity because he has to prove himself. Don't posture, you guys. That's not alpha. Okay, the quiet guy, everyone checks before deciding. Because, listen to me, I'm a little more quiet because I'll tell you something. When you actually meet me in the real world, I might be a bit of a caricature on my podcast, but I am a quiet person, okay? I'm naturally introverted, even though I have some extroverted moments on my show. But I am introverted. It takes me a lot to actually go out there and get into the right state to actually talk. But anyways, the point is this, you guys. Alpha males don't ask themselves, is this alpha, is that alpha? No, you don't verbalize shit. Listen to me. If you have to verbalize you're the alpha, you're not an alpha. Now, this part one. Let's go. The real definition of alpha, okay? We're going to actually bury the old, stupid, retarded definition, okay? Let's retire the word alpha as most people use it. I'm going to tell you guys something. This is what you hear from people nowadays. This is alpha. Loud guy with opinions. Podcast degree in dominance. Thinks eye contact is foreplay. Funny. Guys, listen to me. Eye contact does matter. But here's the thing. Polarization is more important than just having intense opinions. But anyways. The point is this, you guys. That's really not that alpha. Okay. The point is this, you guys. If you have to say you're alpha, you've already lost the room. That's like yelling, I'm mysterious, or announcing I don't care in a comment section, okay? Guys, listen to me. Don't try to act like you don't care. It's not alpha either. Again, take the emotion that you're feeling and be congruent in it. I'll say that one more time. Take the emotion that you're in and be congruent in it. If you're gonna say I don't care, then fucking mean it. like tell girls, I don't give a shit about your opinion of me. That's an example, right? Guys, listen to me. Alpha males also, I want to make this clear. This is what I believe is more alpha. Okay? You don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. You truly don't give a fuck. Truly. That's the biggest point of what I'm going to say here. But anyways, let's keep moving forward. Old definition of alpha. Dead and buried. Okay? Respect me. Like me, please. Watch this. Let me prove myself to you. Let me explain why I'm in charge. Validate me, please. Please validate me. I need your validation. A proof of me. You know what I mean? That's bullshit, you guys. Okay? He's peacocking like it's a TED Talk with biceps. All volume, no gravity. He dominates conversations because he can't dominate himself. That guy isn't dangerous. He's auditioning. New definition, okay? Silent rake edition, I should say. Alpha is a man who does not need the room, but the room adjusts anyway. He's not trying to lead. He's not trying to control the frame. Okay, I want to say that one more time. Doesn't try to control the frame. Guys, listen to me. One of the biggest paradoxes in frame control is you need to stop trying to control the frame. Okay, that was my lesson that I learned years ago. Okay, I was being super fucking intense, yelling on a lot of my podcasts. For example, check out Why Are You Such an Asshole, Adam? I actually critiqued the hell out of myself because I was yelling at the listener. Literally yelling at the listener the entire time. But anyways, I realized that podcast was just Adam being a freaking rage-induced psycho. But here's the thing, you guys. If you hear that one, I'm like, Adam, you're insane. Yeah. Why are you such an asshole, Adam? I still laugh at that title because I thought I was being funny. But anyways, as you can tell, you guys, I like dark humor. But the point is this, you guys. Alphas don't need to flex status. Status leaks out of him like gas you can't see, but definitely feel. Silent rake rule. If it's loud, it's compensating. If it's calm, it's calibrated. If it's still, it's lethal. Okay? That's it. Now, what real alpha actually looks like, okay? This is actually pretty hilarious. A real alpha doesn't argue online. Doesn't troll people either. I want to make that a clear... Listen to me, guys. If you are a troll, you are... Look, I don't want to call anyone betas, but here's the thing. I need to tell you all something. Don't troll online. That's you being insecure. No offense. But anyways, a real alpha doesn't check people either. Doesn't explain his frame. He lets people project. He lets people get uncomfortable. He lets people reveal themselves. Then he decides if they stay in his orbit. He's not dominating the room. Okay? Guys, real dominance is this. Real dominance is you being in control of yourself. And you don't try to dominate everyone. Okay? Guys, listen to me. There's a difference between dominance and domineering. A lot of men out there, they confuse domineering with dominance. Okay? And the real thing you need to know about this, you guys, domineering is you exerting force over people. That's not alpha either. Okay? I know I said, is this alpha, is that alpha? But here's the thing. Domineering is, it looks like posturing. Like, you look like you're being try-hard. Dominance is you having power and influence. Okay? Now let's keep going. Fake alpha starts fights. Real alpha ends conversations by standing up. That's why fake alpha wants attention. Real alpha gets watched after he leaves. Now, here's the redefinition of an alpha. Alpha is not power over others. Alpha is sovereignty over yourself. No performance, no barking, no explaining. Just a man who knows where he's going. He doesn't slow down to convince anyone otherwise. Okay? And yeah, that scares the shit out of people who need noise to exist. Don't be noisy, you guys. You don't need to be noisy to be that you're of value. Why most men feel fake trying to be alpha. Let's talk about why so many guys feel fake when they try to be alpha. Because this is where most of you get stuck. Here's the truth, and it's really uncomfortable. You don't feel fake because alpha is fake. You feel fake because you're trying to be someone you're not.
That tension you feel, that weird internal resistance, that's not weakness. That's incongruence. Most men don't build confidence from the inside out. They borrow traits. They borrow someone else's tone, someone else's swagger, someone else's personality. And then they wonder why it feels forced. Of course it doesn't. You're wearing another man's identity like Halloween costume and calling it masculinity. That's not alpha. That's identity theft, okay? Now, I have an article on my website, you guys, called How to Be an Alpha Male Without Being Fake. Real alpha men are comfortable with who they are. Sounds simple, but it's rare. Because most guys hate themselves just enough to think they need an upgrade before they're allowed to be confident. So they try to act alpha first, hoping self-respect will follow. Wrong order. Self-acceptance comes first. Alpha is the byproduct. This is why fake alpha collapses under pressure. When confidence isn't rooted in who you actually are, it takes effort to maintain, and effort shows. Proving too hard, reacting too fast, needing to be right. Okay, this is a point, you guys. Silent rake principle, okay? If it needs effort, it's not power. It's maintenance. In case you don't know what a silent rake is, listen to any of my podcasts on silent rake. For example, silent rake embodiment ritual, silent rake quick activation sequence, okay? Now, let's keep moving forward. The whole point is this. Fake alpha men burn out socially, okay? They're not always on, always trying to manage the image, always guarding the frame, always afraid someone's going to see through them. The real alpha, he's relaxed, not because he's better, but because there's nothing to protect. Here's the biggest misunderstanding men have. They think, once I become alpha, then I'll finally accept myself. No, you accept yourself first. Then strength shows up naturally. Fake alpha can't sit alone in silence. Real alpha enjoys his own company. That's why one is loud and the other doesn't need to be. Let me put it even simpler, in simpler terms. If your confidence disappears the moment things don't go your way, it was never confidence. It was permission. Permission from women, money, attention, and status. And permission can always be taken away. So the goal isn't to be alpha. The goal is to stop betraying yourself. Because the moment you stop pretending, stop posturing, stop borrowing personalities from people that you even watch, you don't need to act confident anymore. You just are. And that's when people start feeling you without you ever saying a word. Let's go, you guys. Next part. Self-validation. Why real alpha men don't need approval. Okay? This is where most guys short circuit, right here. The article on my website says something very simple, and men immediately try to overcomplicate it. Here it is. Real alpha males don't need validation. Not because they're arrogant, not because they're sociopaths, but because they already approved themselves. Guys, listen to me. Even though I cover the dark triad, it is important to know your dark side. Understand this. You still need to be okay with who you are outside of all that. Does that make sense? Okay. Don't just rely on your dark triad traits to turn girls on. Okay? The point is this, you guys. Be happy, be content, be happy-go-lucky, be carefree and indifferent. Carefree, nonchalance, and just don't let your dark side consume you. Now let's go. And before some dude comments bro, nobody's completely self-validated. Relax. I'm not saying you become a monk on a mountain with zero emotions. I'm saying you stop living like you need a permission slip to exist confidently. Most men are walking around is this okay? Was that confident? Did I sound alpha? Did she like that? Did I mess that up? You're already in the wrong mindset. It all comes down to your mindset, you guys. Okay? Really think about this. Alpha males have a high status mindset, and I address that specifically in become the alpha woman wants, because your mindset is top priority. No, anyways. The point is, you're auditing your personality in real time when you ask yourself, was that confident? Was that alpha? Was that beta? Am I acting a certain way? Yeah. That's not confidence. That's HR for your own identity. Here's the problem. Straight from my article. When your confidence depends on external approval, you're always one reaction away from collapse. One bad date, one ignored text, one bigger guy than you at the gym. And suddenly you start comparing yourself to the next guy. Guys, listen to me. I should say this real quick. If you want to be more alpha without being fake, as I talk about on my website, here's what you do. Stop your comparison bullshit, okay? No more comparison. Because comparison leads to jealousy, then leads to envy. Envy, one of the 7 deadly sins. Watch that, you guys. Don't envy other guys. Anyways, that's not strength, right? That's a house built on Wi-Fi. Real alpha men flip the question. They don't ask, do they accept me? They ask this, do I respect how I'm moving? That's it. That's the filter. And once you live like that, something weird happens. People start responding to you differently. Not because you're trying harder, but because you are no longer trying to be chosen. Here's the darkly funny part. Fake alpha needs applause. Real alpha barely notices it. Fake alpha gets offended. Real alpha gets amused. Fake alpha argues to protect ego. Real alpha lets people be wrong. Why? Because when you validate yourself, other people's reactions stop feeling like verdicts. They're just information. Sometimes entertaining information. Sometimes embarrassing information. But never identity threatening. Okay? If someone can take your confidence with a sentence, you never owned it in the first place. You weren't renting it. And rent always goes up. This is why the article in the show notes emphasizes self-acceptance so fucking much. No fake self-love. Not affirmations in the mirror. Okay? Guys, listen to me. If you use affirmations, you need to believe in the affirmation at hand. Not believe it. Anyways. I'll give you an example. This is who I am. This is where I'm at. And I'm not waiting to feel worthy before I move. That's much more alpha. Not trying to be masculine. Never try to be masculine, you guys. Once you try, you're being... Honestly, that's not good. Just know that deep down you are. Because you don't need to prove anything. Okay? Just a man who's done asking for permission. And once you stop asking for permission, people either fall in line or fall away. Now we cover congruence, you guys. This is literally one of the only things you need to know about being more alpha. Okay? Listen, congruence is, as I said earlier, your words and your actions are aligned. Okay, now, this is segment 5 or part 5 or whatever the fuck. Let's go. Now, congruence just means who you say you are matches how you move. That's it. No spiritual incense, no psychology degree, no high-value male PowerPoint. If your value, or I should say, your mouth and your actions aren't speaking on your own terms, people feel it immediately. And yeah, women feel it in about 4 seconds. Actually, I have a podcast, find it, you guys. It's called Psychological Shortcut on how girls perceive your value. And I covered the availability heuristic. The availability heuristic is women size you up that fast. That fast. And if you look like you don't take care of yourself, this right here is why I cover working out so much. You think, oh, Adam, here we go again. I don't give a fuck. Listen to me. Even though I have Alpha Body Blueprint, the book that you can get, the point is this, you guys. Girls are judging you. Like, they're silently judging you. Whether you want to admit it or not, they are. Okay, this is a harsh reality of women nowadays. Look around you. They are silently judging you on how you look. So, if you think that working out is not important, I hate to break it to you, but guess what? They won't want to stay with you if you just get with them and then you're like, oh, I'm comfortable now. Let's just go back to my usual normal shit where I just like coast day by day. That's beta shit right there. Okay, you want to know about being beta? That's beta right there. You being complacent, you being comfortable, you being like not ambitious. Guys, listen to me. Ambitious is definitely an alpha male quality. Okay, but let's go. Well, I went way off the fucking side tangent, but anyways. Women feel it in about 4 seconds, as I said. They feel it congruence in 4 seconds. Men feel it in 5, then they lie about it. Fake alpha is so tired all the time. He's running on multiple personalities. One for women, one for other men, one online, one alone at night, wondering why this feels fake. Bro needs a Google Calendar just to keep track of who he's pretending to be. That's not dominance. That's method acting. Real alphas, one setting, same tone, same values, same behavior. If he's calm alone, he's calm in public. If he's decisive privately, he's decisive socially. No switch-ups. No code switching. No alpha voice. Here's a silent rake rule. Remember, check out Silent Rake podcasts. Any Silent Rake podcasts. If you have to turn it on, it's not you. Here's the funny part. Nobody likes really admitting. Fake alpha loves advice. Real alpha loves alignment. Fake alpha asks, what should I say here? Real alpha asks, what should I do here? That's why one sounds rehearsed and the other sounds dangerous without trying. So if you want the shortcuts, stop trying to be impressive. Be consistent, okay? Because congruence beats confidence. Confidence beats bravado. And bravado gets laughed at the moment you leave the room. Confidence can be faked, you guys. Confidence can be faked, okay? Don't fake your fucking confidence. Be congruent. If you're going to be confident, you have to show it. Don't tell. Now let's go. Okay, guys, I covered a ton of limiting beliefs on being alpha, like how money is a false status signal, etc., etc. But again, this is based on my article called How to Be an Alpha Male Without Being Fake. So again, I cover a lot of points there. I'm not going to cover everything on that article, but I want to tell you all this right now, okay? What I want you to know is I want you to know that part 6 is high status mindset, purpose, and why alpha is a byproduct. So, guys, listen to me. The point is you need to understand that stop asking yourself what is alpha and what is beta. That's the first point, as I covered earlier, okay? Limiting beliefs on making money and this and that. But more importantly, I covered the real definition of being alpha, why most men fake trying to be alpha, self-validation, and congruence, okay? Now, this part, again, is high status mindset, purpose, and why alpha is a byproduct. So we finish this properly, okay? In the article, it doesn't just say be yourself, okay? I hate that advice, you guys. Just be yourself. Just be you, and you'll get the girl. No, you guys, there's more to it than that, okay? Because if that advice actually worked, then we would have every single man out there getting with girls every weekend. Okay? Be yourself is stupid advice. It's stupid. Okay? Now, you need to have a high status mindset. Guys, listen to me. I always say that you should be cocky on the introductions on my podcast. Because, you guys, when I say cocky, I don't mean you trying to prove anything. Instead, how about this? Show in your actions you fucking believe in yourself. And that is a high status mindset. Believe you're the shit. I want to say that one more time. Believe you're the shit. That's a high status mindset. Believe you're the shit. Have healthy self-entitlement. Healthy self-entitlement. Unhealthy self-entitlement is you expecting everything on a silver fucking platter. That is bad self-entitlement. Healthy self-entitlement is you knowing you're the shit, knowing you're the best at what you do, you are the fucking man, you are the authority, and you know how to even, lead women. Guys, listen to me. I cover pacing and leading and become the alpha women want. Extremely effective way to even close girls, too, if you want to get that date. But anyways, I'm not going to cover that right now. The point is this, you guys. High status mindset and purpose. is this part right here, okay? First, high status mindset. High status is not about money. It's not about having 1 million followers either. It's not about walking into a room like you're auditioning for Batman. High status is simple. You don't look to other people to tell you how you're doing. That's it. But also, it requires this. Have high status body language. Think about this, you guys. You want to be alpha? Here's my one other tip here. Think about this. Focus on your body language. Because girls size you up through your body language. Not what you say, how you carry yourself, how you walk. Check this out. Did you know Marlon Brando literally attracted women by the way he fucking walks? By the way he fucking walks. So, walk with swagger. Walk like a man. Walk like you are confident. That's high status, you guys. Now, anyhow, low status mindset. Did they like me? Did it land? Was that alpha? Was I awkward? Bro, you're living, screaming self-doubt internally. High status mindset asks one question. Do I respect how I handle myself? If yes, move on. If no, adjust. No spiraling. No group chat autopsy. No replaying the scene like it's the Zap Rudder film, okay? Here's the funny part. Fake alpha talks high status. Never verbalize your status, you guys. Never. If you don't verbalize your being alpha, you shouldn't verbalize status either, okay? A lot of this podcast, you guys, is you just not verbalizing you're the alpha male, okay? I might call this how to be an alpha male, but here's the funny part, you guys. If you just keep this to yourself, you say, I am alpha, and I don't need to say it. You're literally halfway there, okay? If you verbalize it, yeah, you're not alpha. No, anyways. When you validate yourself, you stop treating people like judges and start treating them like equals. That alone changes everything. Now, let's talk purpose, because this is big in my article, okay? Most men don't lack confidence, they lack direction. I have a previous episode called High Status Direction is Masculine. Go find it. Now, anyways, they try to replace purpose with personality. That's why they're always posting, arguing, flexing, proving. Posting, like, comments that are full of hate. By the way, if you hate on anyone's podcast, you are not alpha. I'm going to say that straight up. You're not. Okay? Listen, you guys. The point is this. I know I said don't verbalize that shit. But I'm telling you right now, if you have to spread hate, that's not cool. So don't do that. But anyways, a man with purpose doesn't need attention. Okay? He has something to wake up for. Lost men posture. Focused men disappear for a while. My article makes this point extremely clear. Alpha men have goals, direction, and a mission. Okay? Not vibes, not manifesting, not watching motivational clips like it's foreplay. Guys, listen to me. Vibing is important. Okay? Actually, I have a previous podcast. Go find it. It's like how to get the vibe of an alpha male. But that aside, you guys. If you're going to vibe properly in that way, here's what you do. Stop trying to act like you're the man. You just know that you are. If that makes sense. Okay? Now, purpose does something insane to a man. It removes desperation. When you know you're going somewhere, you don't rush conversations. You don't chase validation. You don't cling to outcomes. You're already occupied. Purpose gives you gravity. People don't follow confidence. They follow direction. That's why the calm man with a mission outranks the loud guy with opinions. Okay? Now, high status mindset, self-validation, emotional control, no permission seeking, purpose, direction, goals, responsibility. When you combine those, you don't try to be alpha anymore. You're too busy to even try any of that shit. Try less. How about that, you guys? Last joke before we land this. Fake alpha asks this. How do I look high status today? Real alpha asks, what needs to get done today? One posts about discipline. The other is already 3 steps ahead. Okay? Check this out, you guys. Alpha is not a costume. It's not confidence theater, okay? It's the natural byproduct of self-acceptance, self-validation, purpose, and decisive action. I cover decisiveness and become the alpha women want. Decisiveness is important. If you don't think it's not important, you're gonna have a hard time getting girls, because you need to decide on pulling that girl if you really want to get that girl or not. That's on you, not anyone else but you. Now, let's drop the podcast. I'm done for today, you guys. Remember, take action and don't fucking forget that.